We look forward over the next 2 weeks to present you a series of online presentations by some of Calgary's leading providers of information and services, featuring a wide range of topics that will help you maintain the healthy and rewarding lifestyle and live your best life. Today, we're very pleased to feature Origin Active Lifestyle Communities and welcome Carrie Erickson. Carrie is the Manager of Leasing and Community Engagement for Origin. She is a passionate leader who has spent her career working in seniors housing. She has worked developing programs and managing communities for the past 16 years. Carrie has recently returned to Origin to lead their marketing and community engagement efforts. She strives to share the Origin vision of active living and a true passion for caring. And Carrie, we thank you very much for joining us today. And please tell us about your organization.
Good morning. Thank you, Colleen. And thanks everybody for joining. Like Colleen said, my name is Carrie Erickson, and I'm the Leasing and Community Engagement Manager for Origin Active Lifestyles. We have two communities here in Calgary. We have Whitehorn Village in the northeast, and we have Swan Evergreen Village in the south. So I'm just going to take this time to do a bit of presentation and talk about our communities and how we've embarked on a journey that we've embraced calling Choose Love over the last year. So I look forward to being able to answer any of your questions you have and take you through our presentation. Now I have to share my screen. All right. I am not on the first slide. Anyway, I will start.
Probably because we tested it before.
We tested it. That's what we get for testing. But anyway, so Origin Active Lifestyle Communities through the pandemic really noticed the stressors on our residents, our staff, families, and as an organization, really move forward to embrace who we are and what we truly do well, which is caring. So Neil Prashad, our CEO, encouraged us all to choose love and encouraged us all to work together as best we can to move forward. So this is a little bit from Neil. Oh, my presentation isn't working. I need to stop sharing momentarily and try this again. We'll start here. All right. So in such hard divisive times, we need to embrace, I need to move where I am, our caring nature, and more than ever, we need to hold each other up and we need to choose love. So this was a sentiment that we took quite literally and really tried to be there for one another. This is a video that was made at our Whitehorn Village community that just showed our residents taking part in our program. We had pins made and we had a Choose Love Day. So I just wanted to show that to everybody.
Always tomorrow. till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Swallow your pride. If I have been, you need to borrow. For no one can fill guns of your needs that you won't need. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody.
So that was just a little video showing some of the things that happen in our communities. And at Swan Evergreen Village and Whitehorn Village, our residents really are what make up our communities. So we are communities that care, and our philosophy revolves around enriching the lives of those who live there. We want to support each other, ensure that we make every day a life worth living for everyone at our communities. This here and next is a little video from our Swan Evergreen Village community. They set up a Tim Hortons drive-through to engage residents while people weren't able to go out and get the things they wanted.
Hi Doris, how are you today? You'd like your coffee black? Perfect.
Would you like some Timbits, Doris? Yes, please. Yes, okay.
I'll just explain a little bit about our communities and the programs that are offered within them. Our two communities in Alberta or in Calgary, are true age and place communities where we have independent living, assisted living, supported living level 4, supported living level 4D, and a waiting in place program. So independent living is for individuals who may want to move to a community for lifestyle reasons, for great food and socialization. Assisted living is for those who perhaps need a little bit of care needs, perhaps reminders with medications, assisted showering, that type of thing. And then we do provide the SL4 and SL4D program, which is a program with Alberta Health Services that is funded, and we provide care. And then at our Swan Evergreen Village, we also have a waiting in place program, knowing that many people are assessed for SL4 or SL4D and need a community to live in where there may not be a space available quite yet in that SL4 stream. We're making it possible for people to come live in our community while they're waiting for that to happen. So that's a little bit about Swan Evergreen. Whitehorn Village is very similar in that we provide independent living again, assisted living, supported living level 4, and supported living level 4D for dementia, and a waiting in place program. So you can also wait in place at Whitehorn Village if you're waiting for a supported living level 4 suite to be available in a community. It is somewhere where you can move in knowing that you will get the care you need until that space is available. So the Origin Way in active aging. So we encourage our community members to do what they love every day. With plenty of activities to choose from, there's always something happening at Swan Evergreen and Whitehorn Village. This is very true. This is how and where I started my career with Origin, as a recreation therapist, providing programs for the residents of our communities, ensuring that there's lots of social connection, activities, fitness, and things to do during the day. This slide shows all of our Origin programs. So active aging is something that we pride ourselves on very much. So we have Balance for Life, which is a specific fall prevention fitness program that has been operating now for probably about 12 years in our communities. Origin Way to Go is our transportation and outings program where our buses at communities go shopping, excursions, doctor's appointments. You'll see in a few more slides that we head out to the mountains and try and get out and about and be part of the community at large as much as possible. Origin Spirit of Giving is a program that we run knowing that there is great impact from being able to give back to others. So it encompasses volunteer work for residents as well as charitable work that goes on within our communities. Think Fit Brain Fitness is programs that we run that encourage cognitive stimulation and encourage people to the use it or lose it scenario. Original Expressions is our creativity and arts program. Swing into Motion are our fitness programs that we run at all of our communities. Origin Works is woodworking, living green gardening club, and healthy choice options, which is part of our dining program, knowing that there are a variety of needs in dining for our residents. I'm just going to show a few examples of community life at Whitehorn Village and Swan Evergreen. The Origin Games is a program now that has been running probably for about 12 years at Origin. Normally, we have all of our communities in the area come together for a really fun day of, some healthy competition, as well as activity, getting to know each other, and just building friendships. COVID had made that more difficult to bring everyone together. So there was a virtual Origin Games this year. The picture you see here is the biking portion of our Origin Triathlon. So those are resistance chairs that are used in all of our fitness classes to provide some cardio and strengthening. For the running portion of the triathlon, we did Nordic pole walking, and the swimming portion, they did a board game just to make it accessible to everyone. And then I have a great picture here of chess masters Jason and Fred. Jason is one of our life enrichment aides at Swan Evergreen and also is a lover of chess who met Fred, and they found that they have this similarity. So now they challenge each other. Again, seems like there's lots of healthy competition, just some healthy competition in games of chess frequently. Fred prefers one-on-one activities in the community, and we're able to support that through a new program we're launching with Companion, in-house companion care, to ensure that people are getting all that they need. So this is Ivan. I'm not sure if he was in the video earlier about Choose Love, but Ivan has lived at Whitehorn Village since 2009, and I can say he is certainly a participator. He just recently, for Active Aging Week, did a glow in the dark TikTok video and is always up for something fun. But Ivan really enjoys participating in our Origin Way to Go outings, and as an avid outdoor person, he loves everything about the Origin Way trips. Love the places we go and the new adventures we have. The Origin Way to Go trips also bring back many memories for me of the old Calgary and the adventures my wife and family would take. I love when we go to the mountains and see the beautiful scenery and breathe the fresh air. Ivan did live with his wife at our community until she passed and is still such an avid member. He inspires many other residents and staff daily and encourages others to participate and lead an active lifestyle. And this is, I keep moving where I see my camera around so I can read my slides, but this is Margie. And yes, Margie is 99 years old. I double checked it and she is, and she'll be 100 in the new year. But Margie participates in Swing Fitness and has since 2015. She loves our 10 a.m. Swing Fitness class. It's enthusiastic and upbeat, and they dance and do everything in that class. They work every part of their bodies, and I'm a firm believer I need to keep active to keep up my love for gardening. Because of exercise, I'm still able to garden, lift the soil, and get my hands, and need to get on my hands and knees and get back up with ease. So not only does Margie participate in the fitness class so that she can garden, but she also is our resident gardener at Whitehorn Village and takes care of all of the flowers and is a force to be reckoned with. You wouldn't want to overwater when we're not supposed to, but she does lead a very active lifestyle. At Origin, we really understand how important food is in our communities, and it's to all of us, really. Understand that we celebrate with food. We probably, when we're sad, we heal ourselves with food, and knowing that we need to provide food that's enjoyable to residents as well as nutritious. These are two pictures here that are actually of meals from our Swan Evergreen Village community. And I think we have Eggs Benedict on the right and then salmon and pilaf on the left. But we know that food and health and happiness are all intertwined. And we have Red Shield chefs preparing our meals and leading our culinary teams to ensure that residents are well fed and enjoy their dining experience. Both Whitehorn Village and Swan Evergreen Village have an abundance of amenities, care options, and we truly have a passion for caring. So at both of our communities, we have nursing care on site, 24-hour emergency response, one-to-one companion program, memory care, housekeeping. There's weekly housekeeping to your suites that includes linen service and other laundry if necessary, on-site maintenance. So if there is an issue, we can have it addressed very quickly. Parking, physicians that come to our communities, life enrichment programs 7 days a week, fitness studios, theater rooms, garden patios, a salon, bistros, private family dining, and multiple choices per meal. Also right now at Swan Evergreen Village, we have a promotion of if you move in before December 31st, you will receive your 3rd month and your 6th month free of rent. Janet, who is the leasing coordinator at Swan Evergreen Village, would be very happy to give you a tour and let you know more about that. So we have Whitehorn Village is at 5200 44th Avenue Northeast in Calgary. And you can contact Millie Webb at 403-271-2277 or email Millie at mwebb@whitehornvillage.com. She'd be happy to give you a tour, answer any other specific questions you might have about the community. She's a wealth of knowledge and is really bubbly and enjoyable to talk to. You can also follow us on our Facebook page if you are on Facebook to see everything that's fun and going on in our communities. You would just search Whitehorn Village and our community page would come up. So we encourage you to follow us. And then we have Swan Evergreen Village, which is at 2635 Everside Avenue, Southwest Calgary. Our contact is Janet Beck there, who is the leasing coordinator, who is also very knowledgeable and would be happy to give you a tour, answer any questions, and be able to do that for you. So you can get a hold of her at 587-481-6638 or jbeck@originswanevergreen.ca. And that's really the end of my formal presentation, but I was hoping that there might be some questions we could answer or some conversation we might have.
Certainly, I would encourage anyone that has any questions, by all means, you can use the or any input or feedback. By all means, you can do that by using the Q&A function button at the bottom or the chat button. And in the meantime, thank you very much, Kari. That was very interesting information, and it looks to me as though that your residents live a full and active lifestyle. So it looks like you give them lots of fun. I loved the idea of bringing Tim's to the residents. I bet they had fun with that.
They did. I don't know if you could, in the video, if you could really see, but the floor was actually taped out to look like, is this the question? What is the average age of your residents at Swan Evergreen? All right. So our average age of residents is really around 83 at most of our communities. That's the average age that people are moving in. And it varies. We have some older people. We have a resident who's going to be 105 this year, if you can imagine. Still living relatively independently. And then we have some residents who are in their early 70s who may need some support or have chosen to live with us. And so I believe there's about how much is the monthly cost? So we do have suites, and I can put up the costs again. So we do, I can tell you as well. So we do have suites starting from $21.35, or 32, depending on the program. So that would certainly be at Whitehorn Village for their smallest studio. And then at Swan Evergreen Village, it would be for their waiting in place on supported living level 4. At Swan Evergreen Village, if you're not within that waiting in place program, our smallest studio is $3,100 a month. And I certainly can't wait to get back to when we can have an expo too, and we can answer everybody's questions in person.
I know it's something that I had hoped that maybe we would be back to this year, but hopefully next year. One of the things, Kari, that might be helpful is it might be a little bit much for you to put it into the chat, which we do sometimes suggest that you put the contacts into chat. But what maybe we could do is follow up following the presentation. And if you would like to send me those contacts for the both organizations, and your pricing sheet, then what I'll do is that I'll email that out to all of the registrants after the presentation. As I mentioned, we will have the video up, but it takes a little bit of time to get that up on our YouTube channel. So if anybody is interested, then if you'd like to send that to me, then I'll email that out to everyone. Also, I would encourage anybody that's interested. That sounds like you've got a great promotion going there. And if anybody is interested in that or the tour, to reach out. So we'll get you that contact information. So that
I can get you that right after this. I know that it's up on the slide and it was up relatively quickly, but I think I can probably put that slide up again. I'll put the last 2 slides up with information. And so that is Millie Webb at Whitehorn Village. So 403-271-2277. And she's texting me, so she's hoping for calls. And then for Swan Evergreen Village, which is in the southwest, it is Janet Beck at 587-481-6638. And amazing thing about Swan Evergreen Village is recently 162nd Avenue, if we have some southern people from in Calgary, has opened up to Stony Trail. So now where it used to take 25, 30 minutes, you know, to get a little bit north of us is 5-10 minutes just on Stony Trail, and we're right off that exit on 162nd Avenue. So we've never been closer to all of our western communities on that side of Calgary.
Yes, I've tried to remind myself to go out that way when I'm heading, now that it is open, and it's amazing how easy breezy it is. So
Yeah, absolutely. That road wasn't even finished up until October, that 162nd. So we're really excited that it's much easier to get to our communities for families, and especially anybody on that west side of Calgary.
One of the things, and you mentioned in some of the profiles there, some of your residents, I would like you to tell Margie that she looks absolutely fabulous.
Oh my gosh, if everybody could have that skin at 99, I don't know, holding on to her secrets.
Absolutely. And you know, what again, in your profiles, you know, I think that the longevity of your residents, you know, the length of time that they have been with you speaks volumes. So I think that that says a lot about your organization, and that people have enjoyed the opportunity to be with you. And I do like, I really have to say that I love the Choose Love campaign that you've got going on. I think that you're absolutely right, because you know, when people think about going into a long-term residence, you know, they may think it's a little cold and sterile, but obviously not at your organizations.
Absolutely. And it really, you know, it is something that residents and our team have embraced, that we can you know, when you distill it down to what we all want and what we need, and on our day-to-day, from our staff to our residents and family, it's that, right? We all want to be loved and accepted and live a full life. So that's really, you know, the genesis of what we're trying to do there.
Yeah, I think so. And then for people that, you know, their family, their loved ones may be at a distance, you know, or maybe they don't have a lot of family. That sounds like they've found a real family environment with you. So appreciate
Absolutely.
that. And you, sounds like you were very innovative with during COVID with the triathlon.
We went online. Yeah, normally we meet as communities, but yeah, we went to a virtual competition, which was still a competition, and people still want to win all the time in our community. So, but yeah, we did. We were innovated, kept people engaged and doing well, irrespective of what was going on in the world.
Yes, absolutely.